Hello and happy Monday! Welcome to my art journal. Today I'm your biggest fan. Well, that's the name of the page. Excuse me. Woohoo! Great start here. Anyway, today I'm having a tiny bit of a different kind of a video recording arrangement. There will be a second camera and you gotta let me know if you like this or not, because this is just a trial basis and well, I'm listening to what you say, guys. But let's start painting here and talk about it, right? So I did start up with acrylics, and the exact names or the exact colors that I'm using here will be on my blog on Friday, so you can check out the weekly artwork blog post every Friday on my webpage to know the exact material that I'm using here. But I did kind of like a swirly background, being inspired by the Vincent van Gogh paintings. You probably have seen, or very likely seen one of them, and well, it's just the inspiration. I didn't want to copy, I just wanted to have kind of like a swirly background there, and well, painting bit by bit on that paper is the way I liked to work with it, not to have it too smooth and too much repetition, but have a bit of texture and movement going on the page. So this is pretty much the whole background then there. I'm not gonna have anything else on the background, and it's, though it looks really textured, you can see here from the side that it's actually pretty flat what I painted there. There's not a lot of 3D effect there, just by having the swirls and that kind of a grainy paper. So there's a lot of fiber in there. It's quite textured. It makes for well, quite the, like I said, textured background, though the paint itself is very flat and just pretty much one layer, maximum 2 layers there. So once I had that done, I did put my art journal away and did work on the focal point. Just enhancing a few quick swirlies here. And I'm gonna enhance some of them later. So I did rummage through my big box of scrap paper where I keep all of the pieces that, well, I didn't use for any other artwork. And I did have this rather heavy kind of a paper here, the white one where I'm currently drawing, and that's going to be my template for the fan. So I'm having, as you saw in the opener, a hand fan as the focal point, and I did put it together with different kinds of pattern paper that I had, like I said, in my scrap pile box, and I just rummaged through it and did take the colors that I liked and that I thought would work nicely together and have a bit of a contrast to the blue background. And I'm gonna have repetition in the pattern paper used for each of those usually wooden pieces in the hand fan. So once I had my template done, I'm just gonna go over to the pattern paper and, well, create as many wooden pieces or pattern paper pieces in that case as I think I need. And I'm trying to have odd numbers usually because that, I think, is just more pleasing to the eye. But in this case here, actually, I didn't count. So I have to wait with you until we see the fan put together, and then I can tell you if I stayed with the odd numbers. I just pretty much zoned out while I created this page here and just, well, worked without actually counting things and stuff, so I don't remember if I did have an odd number there. So here's my page and I can put them down. So there's 3, and I'm just having the double printed one, like the double side printed one. I'm choosing the side that suits me better. So that is 5, 6, let's see how many I got of those petals. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I'm having an odd number. Okay, so just subconsciously, again, I did go for the odd numbers. And I'm just arranging the colors as I like them, as I think they would fit best. And then I'm gonna punch holes into the lower part of all of those pieces and put through one of those, what are they called? Split pins. One of those split pins to, well, create the fan. It's pretty much the same technique that you use as a manufacturer for the real, like, hand fans. I do have a very nice one from, I think it was, I still forget, either it's from Madeira or Barcelona. I'm not sure, but it's a very lovely one, and it has the same kind of a split pin nail thing going on, so that is the design of the hand fan. Pretty much was inspired by the one that I, well, got from my mom years and years ago. So I did glue it down, that pattern paper fan, and then I wanted to have kind of like a cord or something on the lower part of the fan, as you very often find with like real hand fans. So I did take baker's twine and just wrapped it around the split pin, and then used super glue to hold the ends down. I didn't use normal glue because I cannot apply just that very little amount that I need, and with the super glue I can. So, and then I went over all of the pattern paper parts with a black permanent marker, and just gave it a bit of detail or a frame, whatever you want to call it, just to, well, have something on them that is a bit more detail, without, well, stamping maybe, or other techniques that you can do. For shading, I did choose charcoal this time, because I really like the effect of charcoal on acrylics when I want to have very, very soft shading going on. And I just can rub a tiny bit in. You can see here it's a very nice shadow. It blends out or very, very nicely, and you can have kind of like a gradient shadow going on. And I really like it when I work with charcoal on top of acrylics. It's one of my favorite combinations of media, pretty much. So I just did go around the fan and did add some charcoal where I thought it would fit. So the light comes pretty much from the upper part and a tiny bit more to the right. And then I did also shade all of the parts of the fan, just smudging it out with my finger there. And I'm being very, I don't want to say messy, but I'm not super detailed with the way I shade the fan there. I just put down some charcoal and I smudge it out, and, well, it usually works. So if you're zoning out when you do artwork, sometimes it's just way easier than to not think about how to shade things, but just do it intuitively, I guess. So for highlights, I used white gel pen and a bit of white chalk, and then I did spray everything with a fixative, because I worked with chalk/charcoal and I don't want it to smudge very much, so I did have a coat of fixative spray on top, and then I'm just adding the quote, and that is my page. I hope you enjoyed watching along. If you want to know the background story on why I created this page, again, come to my webpage on Friday this week. There's always a story and the material list, lots of close-up photos, and I do have the blog in German and in English, so whatever language you prefer, it's there to read for you. Thank you very much. Do all the good YouTube stuff. Like, share, subscribe. Do go create something if you have some time today. And most of all, enjoy that time. And I will see you tomorrow with a new tiny art piece. And thanks again for watching. Bye.